Alright, today's lesson we're going to make round buttons with four piece buttons in a pie shape, and we're going to put them inside of this blue circle. This blue circle is about 300 pixels round, so let's get started. Alright, for newbies, I'm in notebook mode. If you want to go to notebook mode, your buttons will be in the same place mine are. That way it might help you follow along. Alright, let's go over to where the rectangle tool is, go down to the pie shape, and let's draw us out a pie. Let's change that color so we can see it to a yellow. Let's draw us out a pie. Very good. Alright. Now, the vertice at 3 o'clock, let's bring it around to 9 o'clock. And the vertice at 12 o'clock, let's bring it around to 9 o'clock. Now we got a quarter of a pie. Very good. Alright, let's take that quarter of a pie, and with it activated, hit Control C, Control V. Now we've got two pieces of pie. So let's go back to the first one. Let's type in on the width 138 and on the height 138 and hit enter. On the second piece of pie that we made, let's type in 120 on the width and 120 on the height and hit enter. Now let's take this piece of pie and let's go down and let's put a border on it of black, and it's at 1 pixel. That's very good. Let's do the same to the first piece of pie. Black, it's at 1 pixel. Very good. Alright, let's bring that smaller piece of pie back to let it line up right here at the corner to corner. Now, with that smaller piece of pie activated, let's go up with our up arrows 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's go over to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Alright, now let's rope them both in and hit Control C, and then automatically hit Control V. Use your right arrow to move it over to the right, and with them activated, both pieces activated, hit right click, transform, flip horizontally. Very good. Alright, let's move that over, bring it back just a little bit. There we go. Just make it kiss each other. There we go. Now let's rope in all four pieces and hit Control C, Control V. Use your down arrows. With them still selected, right click down to transform, and let's flip it vertically this time. Alright, let's use our down arrows. Very good. Bring that back up, just kiss it. There we go. Alright, now let's rope in all of our products, and let's let our little pop-up grids tell us when we are in the center of the center. There we go. You can see the lines popped up. Alright, let's rope in these two top right ones and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's do the same for the other three buttons. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over. Now let's do it for this one. Over to the left and down, and the last one up and over to the left. Very good. All right. Now let's click on the small piece of pie and right click, edit, and we will copy it. Now let's go up and let's make a new page, file, new, and let's make it 500 by 500 and hit enter, and let's right click and paste. There we go. Now I had done set these buttons up, but I'm going to show you how to set them up. So this is the way I've done it. On the secondary page, I'm using this little piece of quarter pie here, and I'm going to go to the pen tool, and I'm going to click right there on the bottom of that corner, and then I'm going to click and hold on the top. That way I can draw that out and give this line the same circumference as my quarter piece of pie. Okay, now we're still attached, so let's right click to get out of that and go back to the pointers tool, and let's get that line and move it up here. There we go. Now let's take this line and hit Control C, Control V, because we need to copy it. Alright, we got it activated. Control C, Control V. There we go. Now we've got another line. Now let's take this line and hit Control C, Control V, and it is still activated, so let's hit Control V one more time, and we will use these 4 line paths to give all 4 of our text circumference. So let's hit the text tool and let's make a home. Hit your pointers tool. Go right back to text. Let's make a stuff. Back to your pointer. Move that over. Back to your text. Let's make a things. Back to your pointer. Bring that over. Very good. All right, one more time. Goodies. All right, we got text for 4 buttons. Now what we want to do is take this first path and the home text, and with the home text highlighted, hold shift and click on that path. Now let's go to text, attach to path. Very good. Now let's click on that, and we are at 22 on the text size. Yeah, that's good. All right, very good. Now with the home text attached to that path, let's hit F8 and turn it into a graphic. Type home, hit enter. All right, there's our first text. Let's do it again with this one. Let's take the stuff. With stuff activated, hold shift, click on that line path, go to your text, attach to path. Very good. Hit F8, type in stuff. Very nice. All right, there is our second text. Let's bring that up. Now what we want to do with these last 2 is let's rope them both in and right click, transform, scale, and let's turn it a half a turn and hit enter. Very good. All right, now let's move that down out of the way. Let's take this one up. Let's take the themes and let's hold shift, click on that path, go to text, attach to path. Now I want the things on the inside because these are going to be the bottom buttons. So let's go back to text and let's reverse direction. Very good. Let's hit F8 and THINGS and enter. There we go. Now let's do that one more time for the goodies. Hold shift, click on that path, text, attach to path, go right back up to text and reverse direction. Very good. Now let's hit F8 and type in goodies and hit enter. Very nice. All right, we got our 4 texts for our 4 buttons, so let's rope them all in. Right click, edit, copy, and let's jump back to our web page that we are building. Let's right click and paste. There they are. All right, let's take the home and put it in place. Very nice. Let's take the stuff. Now let's take it up here for just a second so we can right click it, transform, and scale. That way we can turn that stuff 1/4 of a turn and hit enter, and then we can drag it into place. Very nice. All right, let's take the things and drag them into place. Very nice. Now let's take the goodies, right click, transform, scale, and we need to turn these goodies 1/4 of a turn. Very nice, and hit enter and drag them in place. All right, we got our 4 buttons set up and we are ready to go. All right, let me move that over with my arrow buttons just a little bit. Right there, very good. All right, very nice. Now what we want to do is package these. So let's go up to the home and let's rope in the 2 pieces of pie with the text, and we'll hit F8. We'll go down, click on button, and we'll name it home and hit enter. Very good. Now with that done, we will click and go into that, double click, go into it, and what we need to do now is go over to states, and here are our states. We've got an up state, an over, it disappears, down, over while down. They're not there yet, so let's go back up to up, rope them in, hit Control C, go over, click on the over, hit Control V, click on the down, hit Control V, click on the over while down, and hit Control V. Very nice. Now we've got all of our states. So let's make the states, let's give them some different colors so we can tell when we're hovering over them and when we're not. So let's go to the overstate and let's click on that inside piece of pie, and let's go over and change that color to orange. All right, very good. Now let's go to the downstate, click on that inside piece of pie, go over to the colors, and let's make it a burnt orange. Very good. All right, now if you want to change the over while down, I usually leave it alone. If you want to change it, you can. I'll go ahead and change it. Let's make it a color of lime green. There we go. Very nice. I usually just leave it the same as the upstate, but for this tutorial I'll change it to, that way we have 4 states of this button. Alright, let's go back out of this. Let's hit page 1, go back out of this button. Let's hit F12 and see if our button works. Now I'm running 2 monitors, so I have to drag this in for you. So let's drag that in. Very nice. Alright, now let's mouse over that home button and it works. Very good. Now the other buttons, nothing's happening. They're not packaged yet. So we click on it. Very good. It turns to orange. Very nice. Now let's hover over it because we've already clicked it and see if that third stage works. And it turns to green. Very good. All right. Let's X out of this. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I will see you in just a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and package these other 3 buttons. That way the final product will be you being able to check out all 4 buttons in a working state. So I will see you in just a minute. Alright, now I have all 4 of the buttons set up. I set up the other 3 buttons. That way, when we hit F12, we bring up our web page. Let me drop this down a little bit so you can see it. There we go. Alright, let's mouse over them and see how good they look. Alright. Everything working good, working good. Let's click on that home button. Very good. Now we are on the home button, so let's mouse over it again and it should turn green. There we go. So that is the button we're on. And there is your pie-shaped buttons with 3 states to them. So as you click on them, and if you mouse back over it, it turns green. That's the button you're on. Very good. Everything is working great. Looks good. All right, let's X out of this. Alright, I am Mark Havens with Z Graphics and Animation. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.